So Charlemagne the God, he goes on impulsive with Logan Paul and Mike Jack, whatever his name is, and Janko over here. And they start to talk about Tupac. All right, so let's watch this. I want y'all. Let's see if I can find the Tupac stuff. Here it is, right here. This shit's fucking hilarious. And Mike, you are the worst. For sure. Let's see right here, I think.
What was the golden era of hip hop? I just brought up the early 2000s.
What was the golden era of hip hop? This guy, okay, first of all, if you don't know Mike, he goes on Adam, who we just was take it easy, Tyler. He goes on Adam 22 show, and he asked Adam, hey, what are you who did you have? Nas or Jay? Huh? Fucking the Takeover or Ether? It's ridiculous. And now he asks Charlemagne, what's the golden era of hip hop?
50 Cent drops Get Rich, potentially perfect album. Jay drops Blueprint. Nas is going crazy. Kanye's starting to show his face. Yeah. Is that the golden era of hip hop?
Well, I'm oldest. I'm 44. I was born in 1978. So
okay, so Charlemagne's 44 and I'm 45. So there's a 1 year difference.
1900. So for me, the golden era of hip hop would probably be like 94.
Big, not early Nas. Big.
Yeah, I would say the golden era is 94, 95, 96. That 3 year run right there was amazing. 94, 95, 96. 97 was the era of Puff Daddy and Master P. And then we got I don't think we got revived again until 98 with DMX. And then the Hot Boys came in, Lil Wayne and all them in 99, 2000. So
just getting into Biggie and shit.
That's when like Wu-Tang
actually Eminem too
came out, and Nas just came out, and Biggie and like Boot Camp Click and Outkast and Goody Mob. You know what I mean? Like that 1900s era.
By the way, Logan Paul doesn't know any of these people.
Like that 1994 era was very, 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 very special. Very special.
Because I saw your 2018 top 5.
Who was it? Oh no, my top 5 hasn't changed. So what was it?
Ghostface.
Yes.
Jay.
Yes.
Nas.
Yes.
Scarface.
Ghostface. Jay. Nas. It's Jay-Z. Jay.
Killer Mike.
And honorable mention would be T.I. and Jeezy. Yep.
And you still stand by that?
I still stand on that.
And so you can ignore. This was the hard one for me to swallow. You can ignore Pac completely.
Pause. But
pause. Mike, do you know who you're talking to? You're talking to Charlemagne, Mr. New York. Everybody in New York hated Tupac, all right? And a lot of them never got over it. The same way I hated Jay-Z, they hated Tupac, all right? Tupac was hated in New York. He had almost zero love in New York, all right? Got to remember, he was going after Biggie, Nas, Jay-Z, Mobb Deep, Chino XL, all of them. LL Cool J, De La Soul. He was going after everybody.
Yes, because that's my personal opinion.
Okay, so
you know what I mean? So that's not an objective list. If I did an objective list, Pac would be on there.
Got it.
But my personal top 5, top 7, yes, that's my personal top.
Based on lyrics or based on how you feel. Like what is that list built off of? Because
a little bit.
Hold on, let me change the FIFA title. Let's go to just chatting real quick. All right.
Everything, lyrics, storytelling, impact of the music. You know, music provides soundtracks to your life, right? Like when we think about these songs, man, like all of these songs that we love, we have memories attached to them. Like there's probably a slow song that you like because that's the first time you busted a nut.
Right,
you know?
No, Mike knows absolutely fucking nothing, brother, man. All right? Why is it low? Oh, there it goes. He's a moron, all right? He knows the absolute basics, all right? Nas, Biggie, Jay, Ether. He's the worst, all right? And that's why we're watching this, because he's so stupid.
You know what I mean? Or like you could think about the prom or something. You was dancing with a young lady. Like all of us got different moments that we got music attached to. So those people right there I named, I got memories attached to all of that music.
I just think like, and I want to ask you about this too. It's like, you look back at Pac, and I pulled up the.
I hate that he's talking about Pac. It is so cringy, bro. Because look, he's reading notes, bro. You shouldn't have to read notes to talk about this shit. You should just be able to talk about it. If you're reading notes, I don't want to talk to you about this shit. All right? You studied this shit? You studied it, Mike? Mike, you're my little brother's age. I know you don't know shit about this because my little brother he only knows the shit that he knows from me. And he don't know shit. All right? So I know you don't know shit about this.
This lyric. Mm-hmm. This is probably, like mid-90s. 25.
What, you were 12? You were 11? You were 10? Well, how old? Okay, what is he, 36? So it's 10 years. Yeah, you were fucking, bro, you were like fucking, if I was 18, you were 8! You were 8!
30 years before Roe v. Wade is the center of all conversation.
Oh my God, wait, this is the cringiest shit you're ever going to hear. Watch this. I hate this. I hate this so much.
We're talking about a song called Keep Your Head Up. Time to...
Way before, look, after Roe, listen to how he sets this up.
This is probably, like mid-90s. 25, 30 years before Roe v. Wade is the center of all conversation. We're talking about a song called Keep Your Head Up. Time to heal our women, be real to our women. If we don't, we'll have a race of babies that will hate the ladies that make the babies. And since a man can't make one, he has no right to tell
women when and where to create one. Why are you reading it? If you can't spout that off the top of your head, you shouldn't be talking about it. Make the ladies that make the babies. Oh my God, bro. Like, this is so cringe.
a woman when and where to create.
That's right.
You are really quoting Tupac's "Keep Your Head Up." Chat, keep your head up.
Like, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Look at Logan, has no idea. Bro, don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Got no idea. I got no idea.
I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea.
I'll give Pac a year.
I give him a year.
We'll give Pac a year, see how it goes. Logan got no idea what the fuck they're talking about. He's like, bro, I don't know what all this rap stuff's about.
Yeah, Pac was that guy.
Yeah, Pac was that guy. He was that guy because of Keep Your Head Up? No. That's like a guy going back and talking about Eminem. Bro, Eminem, all right. Fucking, that's like a guy talking like just who didn't grow up around when Eminem came out, and he discovers Eminem later, and he goes back and he's like, bro, Eminem, bro, he did this song when he did that. Hi, my name is what? My name, when he did that, bro. Slim Shady, when he said, hi kids, you like violence? That was nuts. Have you ever heard of One Nation, Mike? Huh? He probably thinks those songs that came out after he died that Pac's mom put out were the original beats. Oh, yeah. He probably thinks Until the End of Time, that's the song Pac intended to make with that sample and everything.
That guy.
I didn't appreciate Pac when he was alive because he was dissing everybody that I liked.
Exactly. This was all of New York. And you would know that, Mike, if you fucking lived through it. All right? You don't know that if you study it after the fact. All right? There's some things you can't get. All right? Almost everybody from New York hated Pac. It was like across the board. All right? It wasn't until after he died. It wasn't even until... It took a while after he died, actually. It was a big thing. Because when you're dissing everybody in New York, you're going to get hated. Especially when you used to be MC New York. Did you know that, Mike? Did you know his name was MC New York?
Yeah.
But he was dissing Biggie, he was dissing Mobb Deep,
Puff.
he was dissing Nas, he was dissing Jay. So I liked all of them. You know what I mean? So I was like, yo, who is this guy? Like, if it was wrestling, like Pac was the ultimate heel. Like there was no greater
Logan
heel
knows about that. Logan's a wrestler now, guys. Did you know?
than Tupac. Like he didn't give a flying fuck, and he like really backed.
Detroit was 100% pro Tupac. Now, don't get it wrong. There was a segment of Biggie, but they were the minority. All right. The Chaldeans, I think across the board, were all pro Pac. All of us. I don't know of one Chaldean that was. No, there was one. Allen, my boy Allen. He was Biggie because he was always the contrarian. Everybody was this way. He wanted to go the other way. So yeah, he was always bumping Puff. I remember when Pac died, and then he wouldn't stop bumping when it came out. Puffy's ain't no way. What's that? Puffy's album, whatever it was. Ain't no way out or ain't. What was that album called? No way out or ain't. I don't know. All day long, but yeah, 99% of Chaldeans are pro Pac.
Backed up everything that he used to rap about. Like Pac shot two
No
cops
way out.
back in the day.
Yeah,
People forget
facts.
that.
Yep.
You know,
Look at Logan. Cop shot 2 cops. What the fuck? Look at him. Look how bugged out he is. Oh, I thought he was cool. Keep your head up.
what I mean.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
He shot two
And Janko too.
shot 2 cops back in the day.
Yeah.
People forget
Facts.
that.
Yep.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
He shot
They have no clue. They have no idea. Explain the story, Charlemagne. They're gonna think Pac's insane.
2 off-duty cops. He saw these off-duty cops harassing somebody, and he intervened. Ended up shooting both of them. You know what I mean? So it's just like Pac really was.
How do you get off
that
of
he
that?
was. I forgot how he got off.
insane.
I don't remember how
Dropped
he
a
got
really hot track. Everybody.
Dropped a really hot track and everyone said, fuck it. Yeah, that's how he got out.
Okay.
No, but as far as like impact is concerned, like,
I don't know if he ever did get off of that. I think it was still like mind you, Pac, he ends up, that happens, and then this other shit happens. Mind you, then there's some other shit that happened in Oakland, all right, where a kid got killed at one of his concerts, okay, and he ended up getting sued for that. And then he got the rape charge on him. He went to jail. Mind you, when he died, he was on probation. All right? If he didn't get killed that night, he was going to go back to jail for beating up Orlando Anderson in Vegas. All right? In front of all the cameras. Hey, babe. What's up? What are you doing? Okay. What time you coming over? Okay. Call me when you do. Yeah, they're in the oven. They take 2 hours to cook in the oven. And then when you get here, I'll top them off and finish them off.
Okay, I'll bring some salads. I meal prep some salads.
All right, that sounds wonderful.
What's the topic?
We're talking about Logan Paul and Big Mike, and their non-knowledge of Tupac, and they're talking about Charlemagne. To Charlemagne about Tupac, and they have no idea what's going on.
Okay, I'll talk with you later.
Call me before you leave, or when you leave. All right, bye. We're having ribs.
like he may have been making
So
some.
Pac didn't die that night. He was going back to jail for violation of probation. All right, for probably 5 years. I think that's what it would have been. Maybe 3 to 5 years. Because that was the remainder of his time that he had to serve. So, that's what happened to Suge. Suge was on probation as well. And that beat down, they caught on tape, landed him back in jail. It's, I think, 2000? And he was in there for another 5 years, too?
Some of the most impactful hip hop statements ever, right?
Yeah, I didn't appreciate it back then. I was young, you know what I mean? So it's like even though I was attracted to the rebelliousness of what he was doing, I didn't pick up on, the things he was saying that had socially redeeming value in it until later. It was his documentary. He's got this documentary called, what's it called? Revolutions or Revelations, I did. But he narrated.
What documentary? documentary. What is he talking about? I've seen all the documentaries. You watch some documentary called Revelations? What is this? You mean Thug Angel? What did you watch? Revelations. I've seen every single Pac documentary. What Revelations? There isn't a Revelations documentary. Revelations? That sounds some like bootleg documentary that somebody put out like from his hood. Revelations. You remember Michael Dyson? Oh my God. This guy, he's so annoying with his stupid words. All right. One of the most annoying people you ever listen to. But he got onto the Pac train. So he started talking about Pac and I wanted to kill him. I wanted to kill this guy. You guys know what I'm talking about? Michael Dyson. You know this guy? Huh? He can't talk normal. He has to talk in weird words. And stories and soliloquies and just, oh my, bro, just. I think Pac would have hated him. Pac would have hated Miss Dyson character, I'm telling you. I know Pac. Me and Pac go way back. All right.
Narrates it.
Sick.
It's him. Like, they use his words to narrate the whole documentary. You should watch it if you're a Pac fan. Like, that's what made me be like, oh, man. Pac was different. Like, we really lost something with Pac.
Also, way ahead of his time, man. I think he died at age 25.
I think you're talking about the rose that grew from concrete. I don't know what this guy's talking about.
Yeah, 24, 25.
Which is
yeah.
He died when he was 25 in 1996. Get it right.
Way ahead of his time, man. I think he died at age 25.
Yeah, 24, 25.
24? No, 25.
Is absurd, man. The body of work and the magnitude, the impact he was able to have at such a young age. Like, you know, we have some of these artists now of our generation, like Juice comes to mind. You know, like way ahead of his time. Just
Juice, Jay. These guys, they can't say these rappers' full name. Pac, Juice, J, M.
tragic.
That's Charlemagne. J Biz. You don't come on, J Biz. You know who Charlemagne is.
You got to tell me about Juice. Like, I've interviewed Juice, but I didn't listen to all Juice's music like that. But when I hear people talk about Juice, they talk about him with this reverence. Like, he really was saying things that were impacting people. You know?
Yeah. Well, he made so much music, you know, and evidently, you know, I've never worked with him, but he's a musical genius. He would come in there and every single day.
Logan knows about Juice WRLD.
For almost every hour he was awake, he'd be conceptualizing, creating. And
At least Logan sticks to what he knows. And unlike Big Mike, who tries to pretend he's this 90s hip-hop guru. That's like my little brother acting like he's a 90s hip-hop guru. It's impossible. You guys are the same age. You were 8 when all this shit went down. There's no way. It's like me saying I'm an 80s guru. I just started learning about the hip-hop in the 80s. I can't say I was like, I knew it all. I wasn't like, you know, I was 8 when Rakim came out.
And coming up with
Fire
lyrics that resonate with a ton of people, and a lot of it I think came from sadness too. You know, we're in a time where people want to look towards thy neighbor because they're feeling the same thing.
Thy neighbor,
a despair of sorts, sometimes like a hopelessness, a loneliness, or like whatever it is. He was really able to connect. XXX comes to mind as well.
XXX, I never met X. He mentioned me in a song before, but I never met him.
Look at these crazy comments these guys get. Can we appreciate how Mike has improved so much as a podcaster? His first 200 episodes or so, he talked way too much about himself, but he really became unselfish, and I respect the shit out of that. 1.5 thousand likes. You can't make this shit up.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he said I'm an asshole like Charlemagne. That's what he said.
Are you cool? Is that a correct statement, an accurate statement? Would you say?
I mean, it depends, right? Like I'm sure I've been an asshole. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes when you talk about like listening to old stuff, sometimes I listen to old stuff that I've done, and I'll be like, how could anybody ever like me? You know what I mean? Like, now I see why I call me an asshole.
Speaking of being an
Where's John Real at? He hates Charlemagne. He's like, Charlemagne to him is like who Chris Unbiased is to us. All right? He despises Charlemagne. He's coming out with a Jessica Reed documentary that he stole from Choke No Joke. Choke No Joke did a documentary on Jessica Reed 2 years ago. All right? Ashanti, all right, did a reaction video to it. And then that in turn got Choke No Joke then flagged him. Then Ashanti got in his feelings and went to war with him. And he ended up calling Jessica and said, let's do our own documentary. And then lied and said he gave Choke No Joke $100 to give to Jessica Reed when the $100 was for the documentary, for watching the documentary and putting it back up. All right. And then Jessica Reed calls Choke No Joke and says, hey, John gave you $100 you never gave to me. I trust you. What's going on? He's like, he didn't give me $100 for you. He gave me $100 for the documentary. Why would he do that? And John fucking played on her emotions, bro. Alleged rape victim's emotions. This is how sick he is, by the way. All right. And made her turn against the guy who was initially helping her from the beginning. All right. Made her churn on him over $100. And the evil way he did it was when he sent the Cash App, he put for Jay Reed, meaning for the Jay Reed documentary. But he did that on purpose so then he could send it to Jessica and say, see, I sent him $100 and I put for Jay Reed and he didn't give it to you. Choke's like, I'm not collecting money for her. Why don't you just give it to her directly? Like, that's the kind of scumbag we're dealing with, guys. When I talk about this man, there's something absolutely wrong with him. He's off a little bit. All right. And now that he's been left to be single and he's lost, now I understand why he cares so much about the 50 Cent son situation. He doesn't want that to happen with his children. That's why he cares so much. All right. Well, maybe you should have thought of that, John. Huh? You blew it. You blew it.
An asshole, bro. Like, I saw you just completely shit on Post Malone. What's up with that, dude? Why do you call him Mayonnaise Records, bro? Like, what's up with all this? What's the whole background?
You know what it was? Post had made these statements one time that I didn't appreciate because it was like, yo, he came up in rap music, you know what I mean? So he had the song White Iverson, and we had him on
Fire.
Breakfast Club back in the day. So he came up in hip hop, but then he made a statement. I'm paraphrasing now, but the statement was like, if you want to cry or listen to, music that has a deeper meaning, don't listen to rap or something like that. And I'm
Post Malone dissed rap. I don't remember that. Oh, whatever.
like,
But it kind of goes. But
like, not only did you come up in hip hop, but that's just not true.
I like to hear the context in that. Charlemagne's known to fucking be screw up context and exaggerate a little bit. I've caught him doing that a few times. It could be true what he's saying about Post Malone, but I got to take that with a grain of salt.
You heard what you just quoted from Pac, like.
But that's what I'm going to ask you about too. Is like it goes back. We know Pac and we remember Pac.
We know Pac. We remember Pac. I can't. I want to call my brother right now, Devo, who was into music back then, but he was young. You can't. Do you? Would you say you know Pac? You remember Pac? No, he was 8. We know Pac. We remember Pac. I can't. Mike, you're the worst. Guy, and his no jumper interview is 100 times worse than this one, bro. I always want to talk to you about the culture. He tells Adam 22, I always want to talk to you about the culture. And then what's his first question? Who had the better first single? Biggie or Jay? No, who had the better first single? Jay-Z? No, Jay or Nas? Ether or Takeover? That's his question 20 years later. Who had the better single? Jay or Nas? Could you imagine asking someone this question in 2022? Can you imagine asking Adam 22 about that and saying, I wanted to talk to you about culture? Culture! Talk about porn stars. That's what you're like. That's what you're good at. That's what you know, Mike. Talk about the whores.
Remember some of the artists around that time that were bringing out.
Didn't he just recently make out with Riley Reid on their show? Am I bugging out on that? Let me see. A kukaki? Isn't that what they said? Oh, that was old. I thought that was new. Because they posted shorts on this recently. Because that's what she was wearing, and this is 3 years ago.
Oh, fuck.
Was he eating hot Cheetos? Was he eating hot Cheetos that day? Like, how
so this is
do you
old.
know how you overdose on hot Cheetos? Is that possible?
I mean, I guess it's probably possible.
is. He did it.
She hooked up with little Xan. And on that note, guys, woo.